Hi, thanks for joining me today. Today's topic is physical items for spiritual protection. First, I want to say hello to my listeners in Dublin, Leinster, and Ireland. So appreciate you supporting the show, tuning in week after week. Thank you. If there's a topic you'd really like to hear about, please do let me know. So I want to jump into this because I have a lot of things to show you and a lot of things to tell you. I've been using spiritual protection for myself and then for clients for decades now. So over the years, I've accumulated many different ways, and I really need to break it up because there's things you say and there's things physical items you use. So today is the physical items that you use. So I'm going to start with a basic thing. This is Orgone. Um, Orgone is a resin product. Somebody I know locally makes this that has particular metals cut to a particular length, curled in a particular way, mixed with specific crystals and blessed every step of the way. So this is one, it also has a metal copper coil in it, this particular one. But I like this size because I can hold it in my hand, I can tuck it in my bra, I can carry it in a pocket if I just want to have a little protection with me. This, I can't show it to you because I just gave it to my daughter, but it also comes in a pendant form. And so there's small ones to very large ones, depending on your size and what you want to wear, but you wear them touching your skin and you can wear them 24/7 if you're under spiritual attack. It's a good thing. I wear mine, which is being repaired right now, but I wear mine every night, all night. There's many different forms that Orgone can come in. This is one that my local person calls a tower buster. It is just simple. It looks like a little cupcake. I have these in the four corners of my bedroom. I have it in the four corners of my bathroom, the four corners of my closet. And I also have this buried on the outside corners of my property, the inside corners of my entire home. It just sets a really good grid. They're very inexpensive from this particular person. I don't sell Orgone, but just to let you know that this isn't meant to be a beautiful piece of art, though it is functional. It is for spiritual protection. So I want to show you some other ways that Orgone comes because there's many different shapes. This is another one the same person makes. This one is purple. I know it's kind of hard to see. It might look blue. And you can see it has the copper coil in it. This is one I keep in my kitchen. I've had some issues over the years in different places with activities, so I put it where I need it. I have other pieces this size, different shapes, but they all have, made by the same person, they all have the coil of copper in them, and I find that very effective. This is a very large piece. I don't know what he calls this. It should be like a supersized tower buster, but it's for extra protection. So I had a problem with a negative portal opening in my closet. Closets are very susceptible to portals, and I didn't want that. So this is one of the things I keep in there to shut that portal down. I left some things in there, so I can't show you everything today because I need to keep that portal closed. But I'm going to show you a lot. This is one of my favorites, and this is a pyramid. It's purple. It has copper up in the top part of it. So I put this under my bed, in the center under my bed, and it stops nighttime attacks. It stops bad dreams, being attacked in your dreams. I also keep one of these on my bedside table. So I have probably 50 pieces of Orgone in my home. People usually don't ask about it. It's so funny. I see their eyes go to it. They'll see it in various places and they want to ask, but they don't. Sometimes I'll just tell them, but if I think they might be interested in really knowing. This is something I bought. I don't remember what this is called, but it's great. It's what shut down the portal in my closet. So this has Orgone, a lot of Orgone in here, and then it's got a really big crystal and some smaller ones here. And it goes like this in my closet or wherever you need extra protection. And in the bottom, you put a battery, and I change out the battery every few days. It's just the 9-volt battery goes in the bottom, put that on, and then it goes face up with a crystal up wherever you need extra protection. For me, that's been in my closet. Nobody needs things coming out of their closet, right? Something very basic is the selenite. I like to have that. I have it here in my office, a lot of it. I have it on my bedside table. It's really helped me have less spiritual activity, or especially unwanted activity at night, like annoying darkness just coming in to be annoying. They can't really do anything, so they just come in to be annoying. It was really disturbing my sleep. So that selenite's really shut that down. It comes in all different sizes. I actually have a beautiful wand. I'll show that to you as well. I had to go get the wands. I almost forgot those. So this is a selenite wand that a good friend of mine made, and it's wrapped in leather. She makes all kinds of cool things, and I really like using this in healing sessions. So that's another way you can get them. She also made this for me. She's Native American. Her mom's a medicine woman. She's studying for that. So this is copper. It has all kinds of crystals and stones attached to it in copper with quartz crystal on the end. I use this actually a lot, just doing healing sessions, and I love having it in my home. I could feel the energy, positive energy, and in the frequency rising, just having that in my home. Something else that I know you've heard of is salt, doing salt lines. I don't have to do that at this house, but at my house in Sedona, where I was under demonic attack, and some actual people joining in on the fun, I had to put a salt line around my home and in front of my door, back and front door, just about every other day. And I use natural sea salt. You can use something called Celtic salt, works really well for that. And you just put a steady line of it. And as I do that, I'm saying prayers such as, nothing that isn't of the light can pass this line, can cross this line. The energy from the salt line goes miles down into the earth and miles up into the atmosphere, creating a solid barrier that only that of the light may cross it, nothing that isn't of the light. And I'm doing it as I'm putting the salt line down. I'm sure my neighbors wondered what in the world I was doing, because I was out there a lot putting down a salt line and muttering to myself. But we do what we have to do. And as far as putting it at your door, you would put it in a line on the outside of your door. You can also put it in a little line on the inside. I have a line of salt all on the inside of my closet as well, where I had the portal. It helped shut that down. If it rains, you have to reinforce your outdoor salt line. I had some people who were not good intentions, who I caught coming and scrubbing out my salt line out by the street. So I had to put it back in. So things happen. It's not a one and done deal. The other thing I use a lot of is holy water. This was sent to me by a bishop friend of mine, and I use this for a lot of things. For myself, if I feel like I need extra protection, I'll use it around my home. If I have clients, local clients, who they need a clearing, or their home or their office, their land needs a clearing, I use it in that, and the salt. Something else that I've used is blessed medallions. And I can't show you that because all of mine are buried, but you can buy them online. They are a Catholic thing. They're little oval medallions, and they usually have Virgin Mary on them, but they're blessed. And what you would do if you want to protect your home more powerfully is you would bury one of those medallions, some salt, something like the sacred tobacco. This is sacred eagle tobacco, a little bit of that, and you bury that on the four corners. And when you're saying that, you say prayers of protection, and it puts up like this pillar of light with an angel right there just guarding your home. I have that around my home, and I tend to put those into people's homes, especially if they're having anything really dark that's attacking them. So if you have that, that's something I would suggest. The sacred ceremonial tobacco, you can get it at shops like crystal shops, metaphysical shops, but I actually bought that online because I couldn't find any in my area at that time. Everybody was out. So you can find that online. I don't remember exactly where I got it. Before I became allergic, me and my allergies, I would burn sage a lot. Oh, sorry, my feather fell on the floor. So I can't do it because I'm too allergic, but I can show you, like I have this little stand and it's a shell, and you would put in a piece of, some Palo Santo, like a piece of Palo Santo, which is holy wood, or you can use burning sage, and you get a lighter that is going, you're going to have to light it multiple times because it has to be smoking. And so once it's smoking, I have this feather that I got at a ceremonial shop, wrapped in leather, has a little bead on it, but you just do it like this as you're walking around the home. You go around every window, every home, every window, every door, every opening. So fireplaces, skylights, things like that, openings. And I savor something very similar to what I mentioned to you before, which is like nothing of the light, nothing that isn't of the light may enter into my home. Nothing that isn't of the light may bother me, my family, my friends, my neighbors, that only that of the light, only of something of my best and highest good may be in this space. And if it's a small home, you can finish in 40 minutes. If it's a large home, it could take up to 2 hours. Do it. It's worth it. Make sure you have a door open front and back as you're doing it so that anything negative can get out of your home. It can leave as you're ushering it right out with what you're doing. Another option I'd love to show you, but I actually loaned it to somebody, is this little metal gizmo that you put either Palo Santo or sage in, and it's like a big lighter, sort of bigger though, but you click it, it lights, and it keeps it smoking. I really like it, but I loaned it to somebody who needed it, so I don't have it here. I did see some on Etsy and I did see some on Amazon, and I think it's under clearing devices, so you can check that out. But that way you don't have to keep relighting your Palo Santo or your sage as you're doing this. Also, I use it after anything that is like a spiritual gathering. We're going to clear ourselves. I do it at the end of the day for myself and my office, my home, after clients, if they're here in person, and for myself, even if they're not here in person. I absorb a lot of energy just talking to people, even virtually. So I clear myself at the end of the day, but I have to do it a different way since I'm allergic to these burning things now. So one thing I use, I bought this actually, it's a purification and protection spray. The brand is Kate's Magic Aura Mists. And I really, really like it. It cleanses and balances the body of any space, and it helps to eliminate negativity, cut stagnation, create a peaceful and safe atmosphere. And some of the things that's in it are really good. That's why I bought it. It's kind of like an all-in-one. It's ready to go. Sandalwood, essential oil, frankincense, lemon, and other essential oils. I'm sure it's proprietary and they don't want to share that. Two of the ones that I use a lot when I'm doing clearings, because I have to use oils, if it's a real serious thing, I use mugwort. It smells terrible, but it's a really good one for very dark energy to bust it up. Another one is angelica, and you can bathe in angelica essential oil to clear yourself if you're under attack. I do use frankincense. I do use sandalwood. I use several different. You can even look up on my blog at ivoryangelic.com and see where I talk about specific oils to use that you can clear yourself, a home, a business, land. So you don't have to do it with something burning. Maybe you're not allowed to burn things in an office or in an apartment, or maybe you're allergic like I am. So that gives you another option. So these are the things that I use primarily. I'm sure there's some other things and I'm not thinking because I've been using them so long, I don't even think about seeing them anymore. But I feel like the important thing is your intention behind it. So in no way am I suggesting that you go out and buy a bunch of Orgone or essential oils or all of these things. You get what you think you need. You get what feels right for you right now. It's always individual. So what works for me might not work for you. You might not enjoy using it. You might have something you like better. If it's working for you, stick with that. But I just wanted to make you aware of a lot of the things that are out there. Another thing that I feel is important, I don't have it here. It's at a business, but I tell people a lot, if you feel like you've been under any kind of spiritual attack, you're currently under spiritual attack, it really just wears you down. It completely drains your energy, your will. It can be hard to get motivated to do anything. And so, to me, what I'm going to tell you is spiritual protection, and that is an ionic detox foot bath. You can get them you can look online. There's going to be places near you that do those. You can buy a rather inexpensive unit to have at your house and do it yourself, which is where I'm headed. Let me tell you about my experience with that. When I still had my business in Sedona and a business partner, her boyfriend wanted to do ionic detox foot baths. And my partner and I were like, all right. We didn't really get excited about it. And he was very excited. He's like, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you girls 23 free sessions, and you get one every 3 days because I want you to understand the value of this. We're like, all right. So the first one, I can remember sitting next to my business partner, then Roz, and we're chatting as we normally did. And all the stuff is coming out in the water. It started out so clear in this brown and this olive green and these thick bubbles with scum on top, and it starts to look like the bog of eternal stench in there. It really doesn't smell bad. It smells very metallic. I don't think it smells so bad. But the more disgusting the water gets, the more toxins are being released from your body. And what's great if you do spiritual work or you're going to absorb a lot of people's energy, it's not good for you to carry around a lot of people's energy. You just want to be dealing with your own, especially now where the world is in a lot of turmoil and uncertainty, and people are afraid, people are angry, people are in despair, people are anxious. You do not want to pick that up. You probably have that of your own to some degree. So you want to discharge all of that. So what happened was, let me kind of backtrack here. After the first one, we did feel better. And after the second one, we felt even better. And after the third one, we were sold. We followed through and we did all 23 of those. And we had so much energy and just felt so much lighter. So another test I did, and my business partner, Roz, kind of encouraged me. I get bronchitis pretty easily. And I was home really sick and could not shake it. And she said, come into Sedona. This is about a 20-minute drive from me. Come into Sedona and get a foot bath with me, and you're going to feel better. And, her boyfriend was so sure. I drug myself in. I sat down. I thought I was going to faint. I know my eyes were glassy and I was very pale, paler than usual, and just felt horrible. It was hard to sit in the chair. And at the end of the hour, I had sparkle in my eye. I had some color in my face again. I felt so much better. And that was the turning point. I got better from that point quite quickly. So I know now that the worse I feel, whether I'm drained, whether I'm physically sick, whether it's other people's energy that I've not discharged enough, that ionic detox foot bath is a godsend. So I send people to get them regularly. So if you're one of my clients, I'm sure you're laughing right now because I do believe in these and send people. It can be a real nice thing to recharge. So if you're under dark attack, any kind of spiritual attack, it affects you even more. I mean, part of the reason there are spiritual attacks is to take away a person's will, to take away your light, to take away your intentions, to help others, to stop you in your life purpose, to fill you with disillusionment and depression. So you don't want any of that rolling around in your body affecting you on a day-to-day basis. So go get one or get the unit if you can, and do those about weekly until you feel better. Some other things that I did was I definitely got angels involved. So I have talked about that. You can go back and see that episode. I'll try to put a link to that in the show notes so you can find it and you can hear what I said, what I do say, the things that are like prayers, protection, angelic work, that are things you say for spiritual protection, because you might not have seen that. It's been a while since I did that episode. And I'll also put a link to the gentleman locally who makes Orgone just because I know he makes it with such integrity. I mean, there's Orgone out there that's gorgeous, but it's basically lovely paperweights. And then there's Orgone that's for spiritual protection. So I want to send you to somebody who really makes it for spiritual protection. And that is his mission. He's really passionate about that. Um, I'm sure that there's other things that I do, and if I think about it, I'll post a little addendum. I'd love for you to leave a comment. What do you do for spiritual protection that involves physical items? I'd absolutely love to know. There's always new ideas out there, and I trained with people, and I've had my own experiences, but you probably had some experiences of your own. If you're following my podcast, chances are you've had experiences, or you maybe like to have some. So, in this case, it's unwanted experiences, unwanted energy, but everybody's feeling that to some degree. Just many people don't know they are. They don't know why they suddenly feel depressed, they suddenly feel anxious or angry. When you suddenly feel a change in your mood and there's no reason for it that you can identify, immediately you want to start doing clearing. You want to start using some of these techniques. Take a bath in angelica oil, do a detox, ionic detox foot bath, get some Orgone products around you, carry one with you. For women, like I say, put it in your bra so it's against your flesh. Men usually carry it in their pocket, but if you can stick your hand and just hold it in your hand a lot, it's very important that it touches your body. So if you have any questions about all of this, please do let me know. I'm here for you. I know this is kind of like a lot of information in a rather short period of time, but I love sharing it with you. And thank you for all of you who've been reaching out to me to tell me how much you enjoy the podcast and what it means to you, because that just re-energizes me to keep doing this podcast as my angels asked me to. So it's like all of you, when you do that, you don't know it, but you always do it when I most need it. So that's got to be divinely guided. Thank you so much for that. Be sure to tune in next Sunday. My friend Diane Calderon is going to be on. She's a guest. She is an author of a wonderful book that is about her son's untimely death and the signs he left for her immediately and the connection they have forged with him on the other side. Diane also studied with Suzanne Wilson, my mediumship mentor. That's how I know her. And she is a medium herself now. So she's going to have some great information, her upbeat attitude about this whole amazing, hard, difficult journey she's been on is going to floor you. But what will really get you amazed is how much she has recovered. And it's because she has the connection with her son on the other side. And that is very healing. So tune in with me next week. And in the meantime, may your angels surround you. May your angels protect you every moment, every day of your life. I'll see you next week.